Matthew Vaughn and how it's unique compared to the ones you've done in the past?
I'll answer toughest first. Toughest is easily the helicopter scene in Mission Impossible. That was not necessarily, honestly, like Tom did all the work. The reason why it was the hardest was because it was very, very cold. And when you're sticking your head out of a moving helicopter at maybe speed in winter above mountains, snow-capped mountains, it's just not something I'd recommend, because it looks like I did it once. I didn't do it once. I did it lots of times. And it was possibly the furthest I've ever pushed myself as far as discomfort goes. Working with Matthew, the great thing about working with Matthew is that he doesn't accept standard. And so going into this, we knew this was going to be new. There were going to be innovative techniques. It was all very much a prototype shooting style. And I like that. It's fun to be doing something new. Working with Sam and I doing the same stuff and working hard together to see how we can make sure our movements are in sync but keep our characters individual was a challenge, but a lot of fun. And it's something I haven't got to do before.
Well, I want to actually continue and talk about the train fight sequence, because that's such a unique sequence in terms of the cross-cutting and having multiple people, two people playing the same, and you know what I mean, obviously the whole audience has seen the movie now. So talk a little bit about, and Matthew, I also want you to chime in, what is it like as a producer-director, you know, doing action set pieces, and for the cast that was involved in that scene, can you sort of talk about breakdown filming that sequence?
Well, we had to do it twice, which for me was exhausting, but these guys at least had time off between each take. And it was interesting because to watch, they had to do the same action, but they had to do it in a different style. But so they interpreted sort of the slick, perfect way of doing it, and then there was the messy, out of control way of doing it. Yet they both had to have the same result, which they both did it to perfection. And it was fun. I mean, I think my job is to I love action movies, but I like action movies which are different and not, how many movies do you see the same action again and again and again, and then it gets a little bit boring. And I have an amazing stunt team, which I couldn't do it without them, and they're brave enough for me to give them crazy. So I said, look, we're going to do an action sequence with smoke, and we're going to have love hearts, and then it's going to be a ballet of beauty. We're going to do oil skating, and then I also want to do all the action twice, and we're going to blink and see between, and they just go, and sadly, I don't know how much in the credits, there's a man that does need to be respected and remembered was Brad Allen, who was my second unit director. And he sadly passed away before filming, and so this is sort of his last hurrah, shall we say, and hopefully we've done him proud, because he was my partner in crime and he's truly missed and he's a true genius.